Campus-bound counselors speak with college and university admissions officers regularly. We share their advice with you through our College Candids videos. Today we'll hear advice on writing and editing your essay from admissions officers at University of Richmond, Connecticut College, and Boston College. What is one piece of advice you wish students would follow when writing essays? Writing and editing.
I always tell students that they don't need to feel like they have to follow a formula. I think in high school, oftentimes students are conditioned to write pretty formulaic essays, quite frankly. So an intro with a thesis and 3 body paragraphs and a conclusion. If that's how you want to write your college essay, because that works well for you, great. I'm not going to knock it. But the reason I bring that up is because so many students feel stifled while writing within that format. And so if that statement applies to you, then don't write it that way. That's all it is. Be as authentic as possible in your writing. And if, writing to a formula makes you inauthentic, then please don't do it. We want to get to know more about you and your interests or anything that's impacted you. So you don't have to write to a formula is probably the best piece of advice I can give.
Essay is my favorite part of the application. I call it the sprinkles on the application Sunday. It's usually the part that gives me the most information about you as a person. So, building on that, I would say be as authentic as you possibly can. Sometimes adults will try to edit your essay. It reads that way to us. We know when somebody who is not 17 or 18 has written an essay, and it really is very it's very demonstrated when you're reading it. If you are not somebody who's funny, don't try to be funny. It's okay to write an analytical essay if that is how you write, right?
To read it out loud to yourself. So one of my big pieces of advice that I tell students is that the essays themselves, I really want to hear your voice. Everybody else gets to talk about you in this process, and it's really through the essays that I get to hear you. And I think there's a lot of worry and a lot of asking people to edit it for you, and kind of like a lot of eyes on it, a lot of hands on it, and sometimes it loses the authenticity of you. I know the difference between an 18-year-old voice and a 45-year-old voice.